completing the square. So we did this back when we were solving quadratics. Does anybody remember what we do here to complete the square? So remember, what we're trying to do is create this to be a perfect square. So it's going to be like, in parentheses, x minus 2 squared. So we're going to add something to this. So we've got our A, B's, and C's up here, right? You know where they are, A, B, and C. But you do B over 2 squared. So in this case, and we don't have to really, we're just considering the number part. We don't even have to consider that it's positive or negative. And the reason we really don't have to consider that is because we're squaring it, right? So it doesn't matter. It's going to be positive. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. 8 squared is 64. So that 64 is what goes in here to complete the square. So now if we factor this, we do the x and all that, we're going to get x minus 4 squared. But we don't have to do the x because that 4 is already part of our work. Where did it come from? I don't mean a 4, I mean an 8. Where did it come from? Right here. And when we did these when we were solving, we'd take the 64 and we'd add it to the other side of the equation to balance it out because we were, we were solving something. Today, all you're doing is this work. So you're going to complete the square and then write it as a perfect square. So how about x squared minus go ahead and do that one. Okay, so we're going to take negative 20, or just 20, divide it by 2, and square it. I'm not going to write out all those steps. So 20 divided by 2 is 10, and 10 squared is 100. So that's what goes right here. What is the number that goes in here? 10. I'm going to jump it up a notch. Oh no, I threw a fraction in there? Really? So I need to do 3/4 divided by 2, right? So division by 2 is the same as multiplying by 1/2. So when you're dealing with fractions, it's going to be easier to multiply by 1/2 than it is to divide by 2. Because here we're just going to go 3/4 times 1/2 squared. So let's see, so that's 3/8 squared, which would then be what? 9/64. So this is 9/64. And then what goes in here? The 3/8. Since this is positive, it's positive over here. See up here, it was negative in front of the 20, so it was negative in the parenthesis. So plus 3/8. Let me give you one more fraction one so that you can do it on your own. Okay, x squared minus 5/4 x equals x squared, x parentheses squared. Okay, let's see. So I've got 5/4 divided by 2, but instead of dividing by 2, I'm going to multiply by 1/2, because that means the same thing. Squared, so that's 5/8 squared. It's 25/64. And then what goes in here? 5/8 minus 5/8. Okay. Easy enough? Any questions? Okay. So you have an assignment.